break the glue.
Yeah, yeah.
Open the card box up and spread the inside with packing tape, with packing box tape. And then when you put it back together, that card box is gonna be so much stronger. You've seen me put the cards through the box.
Oh.
I do that, I print my own
I see
box,
what you're
but you don't
saying,
have to print
yeah.
your own box. Just open the box up, take packing tape, or, you know, the clear packing
Yeah,
tape,
yeah.
and put it across the inside. You can put more than one layer.
Yeah.
If you have to do something like I do in that box where I open it up like this, the spine is double taped. It gives you a real life on that box.
Does it make it slicker or
You won't- I never noticed any
different?
difference in it at all.
No difference at all.
Yeah, the only thing is like if I do coins in the box and I have a hole back here, if I put the tape in, it doesn't break down so fast.
That's a good
The
point.
cover, even right up through the cover, you've got a little tape here, I see.
Yeah.
Right up through the cover, I run the tape. Nobody really sees it because it's all covered.
Right,
You know,
right.
and it gives you, this doesn't get so flimsy right away. So at any rate, I just use packing tape and.
When you asked if it made it any slicker, do you mean slicker in terms of more easily pulling the entire card
Correct.
slide?
I wouldn't know that.
Here's what you can do to do this. Tango Coins makes replacement Teflon discs for their coins that use a sliding shell. If you take those discs, you can put them inside and have a Teflon coated card box inside. I've got
Cards are
some.
fly out of there.
I've got some actually. I'll give you some if you want to try it sometime. And generally speaking, I don't think the card boxes themselves are as good as they used to be years
Yeah,
ago.
I don't know.
Cards
Sure they're
aren't.
not. Sure.
Cards aren't
Cards
either.
aren't either.
Right.
But just to put a button on this, what I was saying before about I had to take cards that had to last forever, but I've come to realize that these are a tool. They're not sacrosanct.
Right, sacrosanct.
Thank you.
Sacrosanct.
You go to church. But this deck has 52 cards in it. But the card I just gave Monty, when I go home tonight, I will put these cards into Spade Heart Club Diamond order, because there's 13 of each. But there might be 2 or 3 7 of clubs. I have another deck of cards, and I just keep feeding cards into this deck. So there are a bunch of duplicates in here, but it doesn't matter because nobody's. I mean, there's 2 5s in there, but you're not going to see it, you know. And it doesn't matter anyway because that's not the point of the trick, you know.
When my decks get worn out, they become warp. You know the warp trick?
Cardboard. Yes.
I will do several of those in an evening. At the Locks Club,
Yeah.
I use a half a dozen. That's 12 cards, you know, to do that trick. That's what I use my old cards for.
That's what I do too, and yeah.
That's one that I do so often that I always have it. And I never have a full deck because I say to people, nobody's accused me of playing with a full deck. It's just the line that I've been using.
One more thing either. I wrote a book of notes for a card trick lecture, and I was thinking I'd like to do that here sometime. But I was thinking what else I'd like to do because I was working on my flourish. You saw the flourish routine I did last week or whatever, a couple of weeks ago. I was wondering if we could do that. So I just have like a card. Not necessarily flourish, but just like card fundamental move workshop where we just sit around and say, well, here's my
Yes,
favorite
that's
false
good.
cut. Well, here's my favorite.
Yeah,
Here's mine.
yeah.
Here is what I do when I want to do a double fan. I do it I do it like this. When I want to, do a double lift, and just there's so many things that I think we could share with each other just with this basic kind of stuff that we all know, but we all have different takes on it.
That's really a great idea, but I want that videoed. Because we go through so much stuff, I forget. Huh?
We do.
I want that videoed so we can see exactly what's happening.
But I'd like to do that at one. It could
I would
either be
too.
the jam or it could be a regular
I
meeting.
I think
next
do it at a
jam?
jam. I think at the
next
next
jam?
jam, yeah. Make a note of that for our next jam.
To video.
Yeah.
No, to.
No, not to
No,
be,
for the cards.
that we want
Cards.
to do card,
I'm good with that.
Card moves,
Yeah.
card gimmicks, card
Card
stuff.
Okay.
manipulation fundamentals, card move.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the word is. It's not really
all those
manipulation. It's
movements.
Card controls.
there's some card. That's another thing.
Card-
Talking about
here's-
card controls. I was
here's a
doing
good-
that, shuffling my
speaking
card
of
to the
card
top and
controls.
bottom.
Here's a great topic. The card control you've always wanted to learn but just couldn't figure out how to do.
Yes, we could do that, but I'd like to start with just having like
Go around the table.
A round
we do it,
table,
yeah.
I would call it a round table. You do, and, okay, first thing we're
Maybe
gonna
it's said
do,
in the round table.
we can sit at the round
Yeah.
table, yeah, so
Yeah.
anyway, I just wanted to float that
Just,
idea.
just everybody go through their slides that they do with their cards and
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, I
and
like
nobody
that.
dominates, just you
Yeah.
do it,
Just
then
do
you
your
do
thing,
it, then
and
you
if
do
you
it,
like
and then
something,
you just
then-
keep working around.
Well,
Yeah.
even
yeah.
Mara's advice about the card box was important. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that was
Stuff
good.
like that.
So, quick question. How many people here do a one-hand top bomb? Really?
I don't like the feel of it. I can't get it broken.
I gotta see
I
that.
pounded on it.
Jeff says bicycles are garbage. He said use Phoenix.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, he's used them forever.
Yeah, it's just that the average public looks at a fancy card and thinks something's wrong with the card.
I like bicycles,
Yeah.
I got a
These
bazillion.
I think a
It's-
Phoenix
it's
card is
normal,
not
ordinary.
different, you know, not when you, I mean, it's not different from a bicycle
Yeah,
that makes,
just normal,
some
ordinary.
cards, however, they have like, black diamonds and hearts and red, you know, that to me is confusing. I
No,
don't,
that's
I-
not good.
I
No,
got a
I
deck
don't
like
like,
that.
huh? Yeah,
It's not
you
a
know, I do
confusion
too.
deck or
I do
something.
too, and I got a bunch of decks at home I would never use. They're
You don't wanna
specially
confuse
decks,
your
but they don't-
audience.
Yeah, anyway, well,
No, they're now
who's up?
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
You want me to
We'll
go?
just go
Okay.
around.
Unless you do a deck switch and say, oh, what happened to my cards? You know,
Yeah.
you do it as a surprise ending that everything got switched in colors.
Okay. I went back into my old archives to find something new, and I found a deck of cards. Mike, would you go up here and help me?
Yes.
This is called 1, 2, 3 Psychic Prediction. We're gonna take 3 cards out of this deck. Put them on the table. Any 3, it doesn't matter. The reason I do this is so you don't suspect that I'm using marked cards or something, because I'm not, okay? Okay, these we'll just set aside so you can concentrate, because you got work to do. I'm gonna turn my back and give you some directions, okay? When I turn my back, you do what I suggest, and then I'll turn around again. Okay, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to pick a card, whichever card you wanna pick, show it to the audience, and turn it over, face down. Got that?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now I want you to take the other 2 cards and reverse them, and interchange them.
Face up.
Right now turn them both face down. All done?
Yes.
Okay. There's no way for me to know where these cards are, because whichever one you picked up, whichever one you reversed, there are endless possibilities. You're gonna mix them up any way you want. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to interchange any 2 cards. Okay. And I'd like you to do that again. And again. And let's do it one more time. You can, that's fine. Okay, now I think you screwed me up, good, but we'll see.
No, I did. I
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
left it. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, whatever. Did you want to do some more, or are you all done?
I'm good.
Okay, good. I'm going to try to pick your card from the stack. It's not that card. And it's not that card, that's your card. No? Okay, then when you did that,
No, I didn't move them.
No,
I
no,
moved
it
them
is.
position.
No,
Do it
no,
again,
wait,
do it
wait.
again.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do it again, 'cause I didn't move them from
Okay,
position. I
okay,
apologize.
try it again. You want to leave them the way they
Yeah,
are,
let's
with
just
different
leave 'em.
cards?
I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, go ahead. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, I obviously lost
And you
control.
want it down, right? Face
Right,
down.
take the one you want, show it to everybody, put it face down.
All right.
Take the other 2, interchange them, and then turn them face down.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's try that once again. Now we got the cards here, I'd like you to interchange any 2. Okay, and any 2 more. And any 2 more. And any 2 more. And do you want to keep going, or are you done?
Nope, that's good.
That's good, okay. That's not the card. That's not the card. This is the card.
Bingo.
Yes.
I think it's an unbelievable trick.
Because you knew we couldn't memorize 2 cards.
Well,
You did the
that's-
same one twice.
No, I made a mistake. I mean, my mind doesn't work, keep things. This is so powerful to me. I'm going to you sit down, thanks. This, I just went over this recently, I keep a repertoire, I write outlines for all my magic. As you guys have seen me mail sheets to you, I don't make those up, I've already got it, you know, because I make them as I go along. And I make videos too, I've got several hundred videos I made of these. But anyway, this routine, you take any 3 cards, doesn't matter. Step number 1 is you have to remember the left-hand card. Now, if you forget the left-hand card, you're all done, but you remember the left-hand card. So I know it's the 6 of hearts. Okay, now, I turn around and say, pick a card. It doesn't matter which card they pick. Let's say they pick this card. They turn this down, they reverse these 2 and turn them over. Okay, all I remember is the 6 of hearts. Okay. Now, now I keep track of this card wherever it ends up. That's the card I have to start with.
Wait a minute, you memorize the right-hand card, or you just flipped?
My left-hand card, right, your right hand, but you
You
might,
just flipped them though.
it doesn't matter. Okay, well, let me start again. Just
Yeah.
okay, we have the cards.
Right.
You turn this one down, you flip these 2. I just have to remember the 6 of hearts.
That's what I'm saying, 6 of hearts, not the.
Yeah,
on
the
right
6
side.
of hearts I remember. But now that I remember the 6 of hearts, when you start mixing them up, I keep my eye on this card. So you mix these, it doesn't make any difference. You mix these, the card's here. That's what I messed up with the first time, okay? The left-hand card that we started with is here when we end up.
How do you know that?
Well, I watched it. As he did them, I watched him move them around.
How could you, when your back's turned, how do
No,
you?
no, no, after I turn around, I look at the left-hand card, not, 6 of hearts
okay.
was the
Just
left-hand card
tracking
to
it.
begin with. I don't care where the 6 of hearts is anymore. I follow the left-hand card. I turn this card over. If it's the 6 of hearts, that's the card they took. If it's not the 6 of hearts, that's not the card, and the 6 of hearts is not the card. So it's the 9 of spades. That's,
I've seen that trick before, and it's a logic thing that makes my head hurt. So
yes,
I
it does mine too.
I just-
I look at this, I
Oh,
try to
man.
reason this, I try to reason this out, and I can't. But you want me to go over it one more time?
Just go one more.
Okay, let's start this time with the 4 of clubs.
Why is this, what's this trick called?
It's called 1, 2, 3 psychic prediction. At least that's what I call it. Maybe that's what it was when I learned it. I don't know. I didn't make it up. I can tell you that. So at any rate, I remember I remember this card. That's all I remember. I turn around. They pick a card. Let's assume they pick this one. They turn this one down. They put these 2 opposite like this. Okay.
And now you turn around.
Yeah. Now I'm turned around. Yeah. No, I'm turned around before they do that.
No, but now you turn
Oh
around.
yeah, yeah. Now I turn around. The 4 of clubs is what was on my left hand. So I remember the 4 of clubs. That's all I remember.
Yes.
Okay. Now, no matter what happens, we're going to end up with the 4 of clubs because I'm watching this card. Okay. I turn this card over first. The card I turn over, it's a 4 of clubs. If it's the 4 of clubs, the one I remembered,
That's their card.
then that's the card. If it's not the 4 of clubs, then then that card is not the card, nor is the 4 of clubs the card.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay?
No, that's okay.
I know.
Who figures that out?
I
What's
don't
that?
know.
I'm sorry?
I don't know who figures that out.
probably
You're
from the
sitting
I
there one day
don't,
moving
I don't know.
cards
But
around.
this is something, when
That
I
scares
were
me
doing
because
this
if you-
for a
if you
series
don't
of
do that all
times,
the time,
here's
you're
what I
gonna
do.
forget that
I would
secret.
take the cards like this and I'd shuffle them. And then I'd say, pick 3 cards, and whatever, they pick them in a row or out, it doesn't matter, and I start the whole routine over. Remember, I gotta remember the left-hand card. Okay, and then when I turn around, I follow whatever the left-hand card is.
You could
Doesn't
even have
mean
them take 3 cards out of the deck.
If the left.
Yeah, let them take them out of the deck.
Yeah, he did.
But-
If at,
but I'm
the,
just-
if at,
okay.
at the end, the first card you turn over is not the selected card,
Okay,
Then it's. the-
okay, let me say, if
then
the,
it's,
if
then
They're gonna,
it's not the card that
okay,
you
let me
remember.
take, let me just say, if the card you turn, okay, so we got these cards, let me just go through this, so it's not that, I know, I sat for about an hour going over the stupid thing, trying to rationalize it, and I can't. Okay, but the middle, let's assume they turned this card over. They reversed these 2. The 7 of clubs is the card I'm remembering, the one on my left hand, okay? Now, they mix them up, but I don't know where the 7 of clubs is, but now I follow this card. That's the one I gotta turn over. So they go like this and like this. I know where this one ends up. I turn it over. If it's the 7 of clubs, that's the card they picked. And I can say, I knew this was your card, and I can stop right there. Okay? If it's not the seven of clubs, I know first of all, it is not this card and it is not the seven of clubs.
So it's gotta
So when
be
I turn these two
whatever's
over, I
left.
say it's gotta be this one,
Yeah.
okay?
So how does that work?
No, hey guys,
Oh, man.
we're on video, you guys can watch this. I think this is so powerful because it doesn't require anybody, I mean, you can use their cards.
Yeah.
There's no preparation,
I
and
like it
it's
on the
all
screen.
happening up in here.
And if you wanna make that a parlor thing, you can invent 3 bigger cards that have
Absolutely.
words on it, or who
Yeah.
knows what's on it, and use
Or,
it in a
or
little
if
stage
you're,
thing.
if you're doing parlor, you can do this
Yeah.
with the easel with large
Sure, bigger
cards.
cards.
Yeah.
You go, and you say to the person, okay, turn one of the cards over.
Right.
The same thing that
Sure,
you did
that
here.
big, just, yeah.
And at that point,
Yeah.
I just watch the cards as they're moving
You
around.
don't
So
try
they
to
move
figure it
these two
out.
cards around, and all I do is I watch that
It doesn't have to
left-hand
be
Yeah.
card.
cards, it can be
Oh,
a
it's
pencil or
straightforward,
lip
the
gloss
fact
and something else.
It could, sure, that's a good point. I don't think it has to be cards. It could be,
Colored
could be three, could be a larger eraser and a large piece of crayon. And
colored rubber
you-
ducks.
You
For
can do
kids.
anything you wanted to with it. That's right, and that's a very good point, Tel. I like that. If you, for stage, for this, you just use cards, but for stage,
Colored rubber ducks.
or you could do this with color cards, like a red, blue, and green. You
For
follow?
tarot cards, because it's mentalism.
Whatever you wish to do with it. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but I like that idea for stage. I'm gonna do
Well,
that.
you could-
I'm gonna do that with an easel.
You could customize it if you're doing a company or something,
Yeah.
take their products. Here's 3 of you, you know,
Your products.
you could make a half a dozen
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
Say, I want you to
that's
pick 3
very
of these.
creative.
These are your products, take 3 of them, and then,
Yeah, but
That's
it's
very
upward
creative,
engineering,
thank you, Cal, I
yes.
appreciate that, because I never really thought about using different types of gimmicks, but you could do this with anything. And I don't think there's any way for them to
No.
figure out what's going on here. In fact, when you do this, they would even see the prop, where here you don't see the card because it's face down.
Right.
You could do it with the face up. I don't see why that wouldn't work. I'll have to think that one through.
Except you don't have, if doing it face up, there's no reason to do the
I, oh,
extra
except
shuffles.
if you do it face up, you're right, then you could see it.
There's no reason to do the shuffles after you turned around.
Yeah, because you'd be watching it, yeah. So you'd have to do it face
Yeah,
down.
that's
Yeah.
something,
still
well,
customized cards.
Yeah, but still, it's.
That's huge.
It's really,
No,
that's
that'd
really
be
good. Well, guys, for once I brought you more than I thought.
good job, I like that, that's a good one.
Okay.
Nice job.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I messed you up there.
No, that was
Hey,
good.
Scott?
Yeah, I know if you messed me up.
Well, I didn't
I should
move
have seen,
anything.
I saw what you did, my head
I
just
shouldn't have
wasn't
been
functioning.
goofing
Cal's
off.
the only one who's got through his whole routine without
Messing up, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, Scott, you got something for us?
Just some stuff to share.
And by the way, it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. So I've been in prop making mode lately. I bought a microphone and speaker system, and I elected to go with a handheld mic for just absolute durability, and takes 2 AA's and it won't fail me. But I wanted a way to wear it, so I took some stainless steel wire and bent this up, and just some paracord. But I'm actually pretty proud. I mean, nothing revolutionary, but I'm pretty proud of
Fed
it.
that in there, right?
You know, this is really important.
Pull the core out, and
I
then
bought one of those dumb things,
Yeah.
but you made it, good idea.
Scotty?
I bought one from,
Scotty, oh, I'm sorry.
oh, go ahead.
All right, this is really important.
That's really nice.
I've done shows where all they have is a mic. You can't handle a mic. You got 2 hands, you need
Yeah.
it.
yep. I wouldn't do
really
the
like
handheld
this.
without that.
As
Let me see
you
that.
saw, my show at the Cup was a catastrophe.
No, but the mic was unfortunate.
It was terrible, and they used several different ones. I had the one that like that from Michael Finney. That sucker goes with me now because they had one of those, and I should have used it, and I didn't.
Well, you remember for next time, it's a learning experience.
Oh,
That is really nice.
I made,
it's actually stainless steel spring wire, so it's actually or a rod, so it's like it's not going to break. But I made 2 of them, so I'll always bring 2 just because.
I made 2 and I put 1 in each of my tables.
Nice.
This, so I'll always have it.
That's really nice.
So That was just a
But you-
necessity thing.
You use the coat hanger for that, for the inset?
I had, it's a long story, but I had a stainless steel spring.
Oh, okay.
And I unwound the spring and bent it into that. It was-
But Scott, when I made mine, I just coat hanger.
This
it
coat
all the
hanger
way
would
just
work.
down, and you bent this part up.
Yeah.
I don't,
And
it
I-
sits nice. I wish I should have brought the
I
mic.
like that, yeah.
No, I'm wondering if that's a better way to do it.
It keeps it off your chest is what I didn't want it rubbing against my shirt.
Because the other way
Or
is
my
like
tie.
this, and it like
Just hang,
push
yeah.
it out. So I don't know. I have to
That
experiment
one
and
is
see.
tight. You can't push. I
When I
made it a
bought-
little
I
too
bought it,
tight.
so I
I
don't
didn't
know
want to drop
the
the
difference.
mic.
Well, I had several occasions where they haven't had a leveler mic, and I just speak louder, you know, if I can cover the group that way. Once in a while, I take my own speaker along, my guitar amp, and I I have a speaker unit for that, and I can put it to it. But I really like that, that's a great idea.
That's
It is.
really nice.
Never thought about doing that.
Back that way.
I never used it, but I know guys that's all they use.
It just when I was looking to buy a mic,
But you use a wireless mic, of course, not one
Right.
with a.
no, it's wire. Yeah,
It's
so I was looking to
wireless.
buy a wireless mic, and I had to decide get the handheld one.
But even with a wired mic, you could do that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little more
It's gotta just watch,
finicky.
gotta watch the cord.
Yeah.
well, I'm making
So-
one of those, I can tell you.
Make one have it.
So one thing that's been troubling me a lot the last 8 months has been rope. So a couple of years ago I bought a ton of this rope from TCC Magic, and how TCC releases products, they release them in batches. And unfortunately it's just not available anymore. I've been waiting for it to come back. And I just love the rope. I sort of got into this before the meeting started. When I rehearse, I just put matte tape on the ends. But if I was doing like a real nice performance, I actually have fabric glue. It's like a flexible fabric glue. So I take the nozzle and I squirt about an inch in, and then I wrap tape around it. And then before the show, I would go and clip it off. And that just helps hold it together that much more. And then it looks perfectly like straight up rope. I have tried a lot of rope, and this rope is still my favorite. But when I cut it, I will clean up Monty. It doesn't fray because I do a mini cut and restore, and I like them to be able to see all 8 ends up in my hand, nice and
Did you
clear.
put something around the circumference of it, or you put glue around the outside?
So this is actually no without glue.
Without glue. So
So
why
this-
doesn't it fray?
It's really nice rope. It's
Okay,
super.
all right,
I'm just saying, like that's why I love this rope.
okay.
The next closest I found in softness, this is from Sao Magic, and it cuts really nice. The only issue for me is it's a slightly different diameter. It's like 7 millimeters versus 10. And I have other props. I do primarily use one piece of rope. I use it for a rope tie escape and for the cut and restored. But then I have another prop that has rope integrated into it, so I want the rope to match if possible. So just a little different diameter, but it doesn't fray nice, so this allowed me to start doing my routine with confidence again. And then, I look for rope too much. For some reason, Vanishing, I don't know if I did notice it before, but it was Ultimate Magician's rope. It's actually from Murphy's. But it's nice because it's under $12 for